I want to do a quick update. I just got word today that my surgery has to be moved back, and the next available appointment is April 15th. So it is currently February 17th, which was my original surgery date, and then a couple weeks ago was moved to the February 24th, and now it has to be moved to April 15th. I'm pretty disheartened by that. I was expecting it, but that's a really far out date, and that it's a lot more waiting. And also not knowing what my symptoms are going to be like day to day. For instance, currently my tremor is gone. I haven't had a whole lot of walking problems lately, but I've also been very sick and unable to go anywhere, so the walking problems get worse when I have exertion or overdo it. So trying to keep this short since I'm sick. Last Tuesday I thought I was getting a UTI, and so after getting my hair cut, which is done, it's just not styled because I'm sick, I came home, took a shower, realized, okay, this could be a UTI from what I was feeling and a low-grade fever. I had an at-home test. I took that. It showed positive, so I went to urgent care. They did the urine test. They didn't do anything else. And they said it was, yeah, I could have an infection, but there wasn't anything major showing for it. It wasn't really, really bad. And so given surgery coming up, we agreed, yeah, let's go ahead and do an antibiotic. And then Wednesday, I was just feeling really bad. A friend of mine from my son's school had him over, and they played outside and had hot chocolate and painted paintings, and he fits right in with her 4 kids, and she's got one that's the same age, and so that was lovely. And I went home and I slept and I rested, figuring, okay, the antibiotics will kick in. I'll get my 3rd dose in that night, and I'll start feeling better. Unfortunately, I started feeling worse. Wednesday and Thursday, I had migraines all day, and I think it started Tuesday night too. I can't remember at all. So Thursday, I said, you know what, this isn't a UTI. I was coughing, congestion, my fever was higher. So between the migraine and that, I chose ER instead of urgent care, and I had a feeling it was flu, and I was right. The medicine they gave me at the ER for my migraines helped. It took me 5 hours sitting and waiting in the waiting room in order to be seen. Unfortunately, I don't think the urgent cares around where I live do IVs. I've tried at a few other places, because sometimes just an IV without even any medication will help my migraine, especially when I'm dehydrated from an illness or throwing up or something like that. That's what I did when I was pregnant. I was able to get just IVs, and it helped a lot, especially since the medication that some places use for migraines will cause a rebound migraine, which then just makes it last longer and longer. So after 8 hours in the emergency room, 5 out and 3 in, I had a chest x-ray, I'd had a flu test, I'd had blood work done. So I have influenza A, and I figured, okay, my kiddo might be next, and I felt really bad about my friends having him over for the afternoon. And I felt bad having had him at the ER with me, but I had no choice. My dad had come and hung out with us, and they went and grabbed lunch and came back and played and read to him and entertained him and watched silly videos on YouTube with him. So while I just laid pathetically in the gurney in the hallway because they didn't even have any rooms. But I have a friend who works at that ER, and he was able to kind of nudge me along, but not ahead of anybody that was super urgent. Just to clarify, I was not jump in line in front of a kid with a head wound or, a heart attack or something like that. They were just having issues moving people from emergency room into the hospital for admittance. And then, so they couldn't make room for people who needed to get into the ER. So it was bad. And it was long. So then my kiddo started feeling bad. It was a little weird Thursday night, but we'd spent all day, cooped up, and he was feeling all the feelings about having a sick mom. So then the Friday morning, he woke up with 103 fever. So Friday and Saturday were the hardest for him. I had to do around-the-clock medication to keep his fever down low enough that he could eat and drink and not get dehydrated. He was getting headaches, so I just kept getting medication in him and kept getting fluids in him. We just sat and watched movies all day, and one of the nights we took a 2-hour nap on the couch, so I didn't get him to bed till like 10 o'clock because we'd slept from 5 to 7 on the couch, but that was really sweet. We never do that. I never can fall asleep, so that's how pathetically sick we are right now. We're not nappers. I mean, like I could if I would, but, and then, so yesterday and today he's been without medicine and he's been fine, a little crabby, bursts of energy, so he's got some playing in, but we haven't done any kind of work. I managed to wash dishes today, which was a huge accomplishment, and I walked to the mailbox and got mail. But otherwise, we are staying at home. Tomorrow he's got school Tuesdays and Thursdays, so tomorrow he is staying at home. If I were driving him, I would be wearing a mask and going to drop him off, but I'll save that for Thursday, I think. The hospital sent me home with some extra masks. So I said, I might have to go out. Can I take a couple masks? And there was a box that had a few left in it. She's like, here, take them. So yeah, we're doing the best we can. My immune system struggles because I have an autoimmune disease. I have celiac disease. And then you add on top of that how much sick I've been in the last month. This year, I've had a GI virus, 2 weeks of strep throat, and then I thought it was a UTI, but turned out to be flu. So I'm at a week of the flu already. Doing, just hanging in there. I mostly just feel down about the change of plans. I don't have control over it. I cannot have surgery while sick. It would be a very bad idea. It would be very dangerous. I could get other people sick. Given it's only a week away and we don't know how it's going to go. Even if I'm feeling wonderful by tomorrow, which I don't foresee happening. But even if I were feeling wonderful by tomorrow, I wouldn't have my energy up, my immune system back up. It's going to take some time. So I've asked to be on the cancellation list. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I would also then have to scramble if that did happen, and I would have to just figure it out and make it all work. But I'm hoping tomorrow I can get some schoolwork done with my kiddo and get him squared away because he's quite behind on schoolwork with me having been sick and now him. So, alrighty, that's the update. There's surgery is so far away now. I just have to make it there. Bye.